Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. What are his beliefs? Now, on my podcast on Friday, I was talking about the minimum standards a woman should look for in a husband. And as I said, it's not even so much about y'all, but rather what that man's going to do for himself. And that's just a material thing. And I started getting into his philosophical, spiritual beliefs. So I said, no, that warrants his own podcast. Now, this ain't about whatever standard. This is something I've seen a lot of women do. Like, you get a lot of women, they talk about getting that bag. You get a lot of women, they want the material thing and everything. And that's cool. You understand you needed to live at the minimum. And I say, I acknowledge that. I've always acknowledged that. I just say be realistic about it. But one thing I've seen with a lot of women, they'll say, well, he got to be tall and fine. He got to be built. Okay. He got to have a certain amount of money. Okay. He going to this school. Okay. Only a small percentage of women are asking about his spiritual beliefs, his political beliefs, his general philosophy in life, his consciousness. What are his beliefs? This is a big mistake women make. Like, I've seen plenty of women. They'll get that guy. Now, stop me if y'all heard this before. But you get like some women, okay, they'll say that they real religious, right? Usually maybe, especially in Western culture, likely to be Christian. But sometimes they could be Muslim, they can be Jewish, Hebrew Israelite, I don't know, Ephah devotee, an Ephah devotee. But they'll get that guy and he got that physical stuff he like, he got those nice eyes and everything. But the conflict usually come because they ain't paying attention to his beliefs. Like, it cracks me up. You get women who call themselves very religious, but they'll hook up with a man who won't pray over his food. And then when the stuff don't work out as it's going to not work out, wonder what happened. I'm like, I got different beliefs. See, one thing, and I did a video for the men last week about man is his ideas and his actions. That's going to tell you more about the man, what he believes and everything. But see, a lot of women be ignoring that because he fine or he got money. He got some. I think that's a big problem in relationships now because you choosing them on a sex appeal, which I understand because, I coach men on how to develop their sex appeal. And, I talk about the money aspect. I tell men, hey, you got to get that paper up anyway. And I tell them, not for you, not for the women, but for themselves. But what is he believing? Now, that's something else I actually talk. I don't talk as public about that because you start getting into that. You get people start fighting based on their beliefs. And I'm trying to respect everybody's beliefs. But this is about y'all now and who y'all going to deal with, who you want to build with. What are his beliefs? Do you know what he believes spiritually? You know how he worships God? Do you know if he worships God? And I'm going to be honest, over the years, I've encountered several women who think they're going to make it work with somebody who doesn't share those beliefs. Like, I can look at some women and I tell them straight up. If I know their life philosophy, or particularly their spiritual / religious beliefs. And trust me, those are two different things, but belong in the same family, they cousins. And I'll tell them right away who they'll get along with and not. I already know. If I know their beliefs, I know what's up. Because here's the thing about any spiritual beliefs, philosophical way of life beliefs, anything, ethical beliefs. It influences how someone is going to interact with the world. If you got somebody who says they are Hebrew Israelites tend to be very patriarchal. You know, a woman who calls herself a feminist probably won't deal with them because they usually don't play with that. They usually don't play with that. But then a woman trying to hook up with them anyway, and I've known some women try to hook up with one anyway. You know, they always complain at some point. I'm like, well, you didn't think about those beliefs will have a problem or conflict with what you believe? Or he wasn't in because he's going to always behave according to whatever his beliefs are. Those are his operating system. But see, a lot of women ain't ignoring that. And here's a funny thing, too, with some women. Sometimes women, that is important, but because that man doesn't have what they consider material, you know, they don't want to deal with him. Or he don't have that sex appeal he wants, but he has the beliefs. You know, where ultimately it would be a good thing for him if they hooked up with him. But, you know, he ain't sexy. I understand that. Or if he ain't making the money they want, he ain't got the material goods that they're looking for. You know, but they might skip over them. And then what I've noticed with a lot of women, they get older and then they're looking for those exact beliefs. Because the reason they didn't get to, you know, get anything, because it was like, well, wait a minute, I couldn't, you know, the guy I wanted, well, he didn't, but, you know, he wasn't following what I wanted to follow. And also, let me address something about that, because I've seen a lot of women, especially those who are members of Christian churches, do this. They'll see that guy, yeah, he fine. Usually because he fine. Usually the other stuff don't come into it. And they on some, I'm gonna bring him in to save him for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know? Because he got a wild disposition, everything. He's sexy to him. And that don't work. I mean, one, it might just irritate him that you're trying to change him. But two, if he were to actually change, something that the thing that attracted you to him to begin with is going to change along with it. Oh, he ain't that wild person anymore. He all devout. And plenty of women have done that. You know, they get them saved and everything, then they don't like the final product. So, you know, that's a very important thing. But the way to really deal with that is deal with what it has at first. Find out. You know, don't be afraid to find out. Like a lot of people, a lot of women, they get so pressed, you know, they want their husband so bad. They think, oh, okay, I can't talk about those things. I'm like, why not? Maybe not on the very first date, but it needs to come up. It needs to come up. Because even with myself, I notice I get along better with women if they know exactly how I feel about spirituality. Now, I've seen some people, but, you know, also pay attention in the past when women didn't really ask about it or didn't want to bring it up. And I was like, or they made assumptions. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't with none of them now. I ain't with none of them now. So that's an important thing. Find out. And, you know, the minimum that you should deal with, honestly, is on you. How open are you? Some people can be a particular faith or path, and, you know, their path allows them to deal with someone who doesn't share that path and get along very well. But, you know, some of y'all ladies hardcore with it. Yeah, I got the plan, but see, those are some of the ones, like I said, they be like, I'm going to bring him to Jesus. I'm like, nah, Jesus ain't trying to take this particular one, trust me. You know? You know, and then you get burned from it. And I've seen so many women do all that stuff. They got their plan, everything. You know, now even though I use a Christian example, I've seen women who be putting roots on people and stuff. They like, yeah, I'm going to change him. None of it really works, though. But, you know. So what are his beliefs? Take some time. Find out what he really believes in. Listen to what he's about. Don't be so lonely that you're ignoring, like, something that is potentially a red flag. Know what he's about. Know, especially if it's something that, conflicts with your own belief system. Because trust me, it will come up at some point. You know, and sometimes you might have to just be like, well, this is how I'm feeling on something. You know, and it's cool. It's cool because you stop stuff there. You stop any issues right away. But definitely check them. Jeff, try to get an idea of something. You know, don't ignore it just because he got a nice smile. And, you know, he got that print. Don't ignore it. So anyway, that's all we got for today. I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.